Hi! No one asked for it, no one wanted it, but here's my opinion on Paimon from helluva Boss. Obviously, I've been seeing people talk about how much they hate him, but they love his character design. I mean, who could blame him? Look at the state of him. Now, I think my opinion might be a bit hated, but I still think Blitz's dad was a lot worse. So, Paimon has a lot of kids. His whole deal is pumping out a bunch of kids just so he can carry on this family line. He's dismissive, isn't considerate about Stolas' feelings, and seems a bit cruel and distant. Now, call it daddy issues, but honestly, I see the term abuse thrown around a lot when it comes to him. And we do see him degrade Stolas a little bit, but the majority is a half-assed attempt at him trying to parent, as it were, daddying. Now, from what I saw during this episode, I really don't think he was as bad to Stolas as people are saying he was. Yes, he's a pompous, powerful dick that clearly doesn't care about Stolas' interests or well-being. He really does the bare minimum, and I do get the feeling that he's not around a lot of the time, especially if he can take on different forms. It's safe to assume he doesn't really see his kids unless for special occasion or things like that. For him, he's basically harvested a bunch of ants, all working together to be part of the Goetia family. But for the people who said he was incredibly vicious and abusive and physically abusive towards Stolas, I have to disagree. I really don't think that's what he'd be doing. The whole point is, yes, he is not the best father. But I think it's more in the sense that he's completely distant from his kids. He has so many of them. He probably sees them more like tools or cogs towards the Goetia family. But I do want to say, I really don't think he was physically and really, really abusive towards Stolas. I think it was more emotional neglect and things like that. So, definitely not the best. But in my opinion, Blitz's dad was a lot worse. I mean, for God's sake. Paimon sees that his son has taken an interest in the little imp clown boy, decides to go out of his way to negotiate. So, I mean, at least give him that point, at least he had enough of an interest to try. But Blitz's dad, there's no redemption for you. You sell your son for $5 in a condom, and then make him do the spy work to steal and possibly be absolutely murdered for being found out, stuff like that, He just has absolutely no care in the world for his son. I guess all I've been trying to say during this is, yes, I fully agree he wasn't a good dad. I do feel bad for Stolas. But when people take it to the extreme and say that he beat Stolas, he was this, and really abusive, I don't think it's that at all. Like I said, dismissive, distant, emotionally unavailable, and probably doesn't spend much time with his children.